Hey guys, welcome back to Upkeep. Today we are doing our Halloween episode. Everyone's taken a spooky tribe from across the multiverse and we're gonna put them up against each other and see who's victorious. Today I am playing Be'lakor the Dark Lord. It's Demon Tribal. We're gonna play the slow Grixis plan, ramp up into our giant scary creatures, lose a lot of life, but draw a lot of cards, and we all know I'm here for that. It makes the game more interesting. So hopefully my giant demon boys can crush the opponents.
Hey guys, Tommy here for another episode of Upkeep, and today I'll be playing Strafon, Martyr Progenitor. We've seen him a couple of times on the show. Vampire Tribal Commander. Pretty fun. Whole point is to just make a bunch of blood tokens and then use those blood tokens to get out some big creatures that can make a big splash in combat, so we'll see how it goes.
Hey guys, Preston here, and today I'm going to be playing Sliver Overlord. You know what the deck does. It wants to get all the cool slivers out, make them all 1,000 different good abilities, and just overrun all my opponents.
Hey, it's Steven here. Today I'm going to be playing Tovolar, Dire Overlord. You've seen him before. It's just a wolf and werewolf tribal deck. Very gruel, very aggro, and we'll see what happens.
If you'd like to support Geek and Seek, consider becoming a patron. All patrons also get to join our Discord, where you'll not only be able to hang out and talk Magic, but also have yourself or your deck appear in our upcoming Magic Online and Spell Table series.
All right, Tommy's on a killing spree with these going first, so why don't you start us off?
I guess I have gone first. Yeah,
quite a few times
quite
lately.
a few times lately. That's weird. I didn't think of that. Anyway, we're going to start off with a riveting first turn of a mountain and pass.
Draw. The World Tree will enter the battlefield tapped. I'll pass.
I'll play a forest and pass.
This is good fair magic.
Good fair magic.
Draw. I'll play a Steam Vents. I will not pay the 2 life, and I will pass.
All right.
Why not just take the 2 anyway?
Just on principle?
Life is a resource.
We're going to play a swamp. Tap that for 2 for a Rakdos Signet and pass.
Draw. Hinterland Harbor will enter the battlefield tapped, and I will pass.
Play a mountain. I will pay 2 to play Keysig Naturalist.
That's a good one.
2/2. Whenever it attacks, you can add a green until end of turn. You don't lose this mana as steps in phase's end.
And now your favorite part.
I gotta keep track of day and night the rest of the game. Okay, pass.
I mean, you're playing the werewolf deck.
I want to play a Dragon Skull Summit. It enters untapped because I control a mountain. And then for 2, I want to play a Dimir Signet, and I will pass.
All right. We're going to draw. We're going to play a swamp. Tap the swamp to tap the Rakdos Signet for 2. To play the Falconwrath Perforator. Whenever it attacks, it deals 1 damage to defending player.
Wow.
And then I think I will pass.
Okay. I pay 2 for a mana weft sliver. Slivers I control have add 1 mana of any color.
Ooh.
Pass.
Very good mana fixing for a 5 color
Alright,
deck.
I'm gonna go to combat. I'm going to attack Morgan because he has no creatures for 2.
Why?
I'll add, it doesn't really matter. And then I'll pay 2 more, play Ronos's Monument. Green creature spells cost 1 less to cast, and whenever you cast a creature spell, target creature you control gets +2/+2 and trample until end of turn. I will then play Gruul Turf as my land for turn, and I will bounce a mountain back to my hand, and I pass the turn.
That's pretty good. I will play a Shipwreck Marsh as my land for the turn. It enters untapped because I control 2 or more lands. For 2, I'm going to cast the Is It Signet. Is it a Signet? We may never know.
Let's kill him.
Black, red, blue, and Painful Truths. Lose 3 life, draw 3 cards.
I like that card.
Me too. And I will pass the turn.
All right.
Right, you only need like 1 more Signet, and then you'll have all 3 Signets that you need.
Signetron.
Signet.
1, 2, and a red. This is enchantment. Estenzia Masquerade. Attacking creatures I control have first strike, and whenever a vampire I control deals combat damage to a player, I put a +1/+1 counter on it. Steven looks tapped out. So I'm going to swing the Falconwrath Perforator at Steven. So it's going to deal a total of 3 damage. 2 power, plus it deals 1 damage to defend player.
Okay.
So yeah, it'll be
I'll remember this.
And then that'll get a +1/+1 counter, and then I think that'll be the end of my turn.
Rootbound Crag will enter the battlefield tapped. 1 and a blue for Diffusion Sliver. Whenever a sliver creature I control becomes the target of a spell or ability an opponent controls, counter that spell or ability unless its controller plays 2. And then I will tap Mana Weft Sliver for a blue to cast Gale Rider Sliver. Sliver creatures I control have flying. Pass.
Play a mountain as my land for turn. With green creatures costing 1 less to cast, I'll play a red and a green to cast Tovalar, Dire Overlord, my commander. You already know what he does. Ronos's Monument, I'll be able to give Keysig Naturalist +2/+2 and trample until end of turn.
Please don't hit me.
I wasn't gonna hit you. I'll pay 2 to play Silver Fur Partisan, 2/2 trample. Whenever a wolf or werewolf you control becomes the target of an instant or sorcery spell, put a 2/2 green wolf creature token onto the battlefield. And I will give Keysig Naturalist another +2/+2 and trample. And then I will attack Preston with Keysig Naturalist, who is a 6/6 with trample.
Jesus.
Ouch.
Then I will add a green to my mana pool with it costing 1 less to cast. I'll play Overlord Captive. It's a 1/2 Defender Werewolf horror that I can tap to add a green to my mana pool. Oh, and I forgot to draw a card with Tovalar when Keysig Naturalist dealt damage. And that will be the end of my turn.
Doing pretty good. For 3, I'm going to cycle Xander's Lounge, because I got all the lands I need, man.
Alright, someone blow him up. He has too much hubris.
Blood Moon.
Wait a minute.
That would not be a good time. I think I'm just going to play a Dismal Backwater, enters the battlefield tapped to gain a life, and I'm going to pass.
Okay.
So you didn't cast a spell?
I did not cast a spell, so it is night.
Yep, it becomes night. And I will transform all my human werewolves.
Nice. All right. Shadowblood Ridge
Or any.
for
Keep on that.
land.
Only
for
play
turn.
2 spells. Play 2 spells so it becomes day.
Unfortunately, I don't think I can do that. I will do this though for 4. Oh, we're just gonna bring out my commander. Strafon 3/2 with flying at the beginning of my end step. I create a blood token for each player who lost life this turn, and whenever he attacks, I may sacrifice 2 blood tokens. If I do, I may put a vampire card from my hand onto the battlefield. Tapped and attacking, it gains indestructible until end of turn. Because you both are basically equal targets for me, I'll just let the dice decide. Morgan is evens, Preston is odds.
Get Morgan out first again.
All right, Preston, that's
4.
4 with first strike, so that'll be a blood token, and then I pass.
Does this trigger?
Yes, another
Won't count.
on it.
Alright, I'm going to red 1, 2, 3 total, so 4 for Descendant's Fury.
Oh.
Enchantment. Whenever one or more creatures I control deal combat damage to a player, I can sacrifice one of them. If I do, reveal cards from the top of my library until I reveal a creature card that shares a creature type with the sacrificed creature. I put it on the battlefield, the rest go on the bottom of my library.
You
in
mean,
random order.
okay.
So whatever creature I sacrifice
Right,
on the
oh,
shares.
yeah, okay.
Alright, Steven, I'm gonna ping you for 1 in the air.
I'll take it.
Alright, I will sacrifice Gale Rider Sliver and do the Descendant Fury thing. See what we get. Synapse Cinder. Whenever Sliver deals combat damage to a player, its controller may draw a card. I'll take that.
Alright. Untap. Just in case y'all don't know, Lord of the Overworld and his werewolf side, it says other wolves and werewolves get +1/+1. Let's see, I think Tommy needs to take a little damage. I'm gonna attack Tommy with Lord of the Overworld and Tovalar. So that's a total of 8 damage.
Ouch. So I'll take 5 from Tovalar, and then 3.
Sorry, I didn't also say. I was gonna attack my wolf too.
Fine.
Alright, and then I will draw 3 cards.
You're kind of popping off.
I know.
I don't even know what you're talking about.
I mean, I like my Slivers, but if someone board wiped, that wouldn't be the end of my world.
I'll
Yeah.
play a forest as my land for turn.
And then cast Blasphemous Act.
Oh, I forgot to add a mana with Lord of the Overworld. I'll use it for red, and then I'll tap a Vulnerable Captive, and I will play Deranged Whelp. It's just a 2/1 with Menace. I pass the turn.
How many cards do you have in hand?
Why
7.
do you care about keeping all that mana up in a Gruul deck?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of sus, bro.
Yeah.
I mean, unless he just only had lands in his hand when he went to attack.
So,
yeah.
do you have a board wipe?
Potentially.
I have a board wipe, but I can't play it yet because it's more situational.
I don't have anything on me right now.
Okay, I do, but I don't necessarily want to use it yet.
Well, this at least will buy us some time. 5, 6. I'm gonna cast Rakdos the Showstopper. It's a 6/6 with flying and trample. Enters the battlefield. Flip a coin for each creature that's not a demon, devil, or imp, and destroy each creature that gets a tail.
Man, I'm still might lose Strafon anyway. Falconwrath Perforator.
Well,
that heads or
that's
tails?
tails, so it's destroyed. So
already
heads,
have
tails.
heads.
I should have said that.
All right.
Man.
This is for Strafon. Strafon
Hey,
lives.
thank God. All right.
Now, does that say target creature or just for each?
Each creature.
Just for each creature.
every
It's not
creature
for
on the
any.
board that's not one of those tribes.
This one first.
Gets to live. The ward one. It's dead. The Mana Dork one. Lives. Tovalar.
That's
Dead.
just depressing.
Your Rampy one. Dead.
Dead.
I think that's a weighted coin.
The one that makes tokens. Lives.
Gets lived.
The Menace one. Dies.
More menace.
And the Mana Dork lives.
I think that one died, didn't it?
Wasn't it just the Tovolar in this one? You went so fast I wasn't paying attention.
I don't remember. Let's just reflip.
All right, reflip for what he's got on board.
It's dead. And then I'm going to play Blood Crypt as my land for the turn. I'll have it enter tapped, and I will pass the turn.
All right.
That buys us some time.
It does.
Tommy's like, I might as well board up now anyway.
No. For Camber the Plunderer. She has partnered with Laureen the Diversion, but I'm not going to go find her because she's not in the deck. Lifelink, and whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, I gain 1 life and create a blood token. Stave. 3 in the air.
And that will trigger your enchantment.
It will. So Stefan will get the +1.
You gonna talk like a vampire the rest of the episode?
No, I'm not going to do that.
You should got some of those vampire teeth.
No.
Just wore those the whole episode. Make everyone upset.
Yeah, make everyone
No one
upset.
understands any of the words he's saying.
No one understands what I'm saying. Okay, so then on my end step, get a blood token, and then I'll pass.
Drop for 4 Bone Scythe Sliver. Sliver creatures I control have double strike. Steven, you don't have any blockers right now, right?
Bully Steven, let's go!
He hit me for 8. He can take 6. And then I get to draw 2 cards because it has double strike, and this happens twice. Where are my lands? Pass.
On your end step, I will pay 5 to play Howlhenge Overlord. 4/4 with flash at the beginning of your upkeep for each creature you control that's a wolf or a werewolf. Create a 2/2 green wolf creature token.
That's pretty
So
cool.
on my upkeep, I will create 3.
That's pretty spicy.
And I'll draw for turn.
You recovered from that board wipe just fine, dude.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
I'm going to play 4 sets my lane for turn. I'm going to pay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wait, no, I'm sorry. I'm going to counter draw.
I meant 8.
4, I'll recast Tovolar. And because it is night,
He enters on his nightbound side.
he'll enter on his nightbound side. Oh, I will give a creature +2/+2 and trample when I cast Tovolar. Let's do Howlhenge Overlord. So he's a 6/6 with trample now. I'm gonna attack Preston with my 6/6 trample. Draw a card with Tovolar. I pass.
Let's cast my commander, Bellicor the Dark Master. It's a 6/5 with flying. When it enters the battlefield, I draw X cards and lose X life, where X is the number of demons I control. And then whenever another demon enters the battlefield under my control, it deals damage equal to its power to any target. So I will lose 2 and draw 2.
Isn't it 5 or 6 mana for your commander?
Yes, it is. I think I'm just gonna play a swamp.
It's a pretty bussin' swamp.
Okay, now they both deserve to get hit. Come on.
It do be busted though.
Take him out now.
Are you gonna board wipe?
I think I should. I don't want to, but I think I should.
How about I send Rakdos at Stave, and you wait one more turn to board wipe?
Yeah, I'll take that.
So Stave, I'm gonna swing at you for 6 in the air with Rakdos. And I'm gonna pass the turn. Oh, and on my end step, I'll have to discard a card, I'll discard a swamp.
Can I has basic land?
Well, you wins.
I think this deck has 49 lands.
49.
49? Why?
Or maybe a little less than that. I meant 30.
I mean, so for 3, we're gonna cast the Stromkirk Captain, 2/2 with first strike. Other vampire creatures I control get +1/+1 and have first strike. Steven, you don't have any flyers, do you?
I'm playing wolves and werewolves.
Sounds like an excuse.
I feel bored.
Just swing Stefan at you, so that's a total of 5 total.
So you're up to 8 commander damage.
That'll put a +1/+1 counter on him.
Stop bullying me.
Pay 1 to tap into. I gotta discard a card too, don't I? Man, I hate using blood tokens for the way they actually work. Discard the Fiend Lash and draw a card. Other mana with the other one floating. A tap, sack it, discard, Voldarin Ambusher, draw a card. Yay! Now I'll play a swamp for my land for turn and pass.
Okay. Is anyone willing to let me draw a couple cards?
No.
The problem is the double strike.
Yeah.
What if I just used the 1/1?
Fine, I'll let you hit me for, well, I guess it would be 2 damage.
Yeah. So 2 damage. I'll draw 2 cards.
No land.
It helps a little, I guess. For 2, we'll cast Cloud Shredder Sliver. Sliver creatures I control have flying and haste.
Oh, damn.
Oh, hey, there it is.
White, 1, 2, 3 for a Regal Sliver. Sliver creatures I control have whenever this creature enters the battlefield, slivers I control get +1/+1 until end of turn if you're the monarch. Otherwise, I become the monarch. Yee!
Oh,
We
yeah.
finally got a Burger King crown for the monarch.
Unfortunately, I have a fat head.
Yeah, same.
I will be going to my end step. I have 8 cards. I'll discard, I think, Necrotic Sliver.
Wait, don't you draw for Monarch?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
And then you'll still have 8, so you'll have to discard another.
This isn't happening anytime soon. We'll get rid of Helm of the Host.
Oh. My turn?
Yeah.
Alright, so on my upkeep, I will create 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wolves. So I'll have that one there to signify that I have 3 without summoning sickness. And then
You have
here's
7.
7 here with summoning sickness.
This is scary.
I don't know what you're talking about. I'm gonna play a mountain as my land for turn. I will pay 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 to play Azuri's Predation.
Oh.
For each creature your opponents control, create a 4/4 green Phyrexian Beast creature token. Each of those tokens fights a different one of those creatures. Guess what? Double Strike isn't happy with fight spells.
And we got a counterspell?
No.
Or does Steven win this game?
So you had 10 of them.
I had 10, so
So I'll kill
die.
2 of them.
Yep.
And,
And
then you
then-
killed 1 of them.
I'll kill 2 of them.
Oh, 2 of them, because this one still had the buff when
Because
the
this
fighting
had the
happened.
buff, and I'll gain 4 life off of Camber's life link.
Must be nice. And then none of yours killed any of his.
No.
Are you really gonna kill someone only half an hour into the game?
why not? No,
I mean, I guess.
no, I'm not gonna.
I'm just gonna safely assume this is happening at some point.
This is gonna
that's gonna happen.
I'm going to attack Tommy with Tovalar and Howlhinge Overlord. I'll also send Silver for a partisan at you,
Okay, well, I'll block the silver for partisan with Camber and kill it.
and your creature will die.
Wait, actually, if it took 4 damage when I had the +1/+1 and then the buff went away, wouldn't it have died anyways? So
Oh, then yeah,
gives-
it would have died already.
Wait,
Cool,
so would
okay.
have Strafan,
Oh yeah, then yeah.
because he also had 5. God, I hate
Okay,
that. All right.
so cool. All right,
Dang,
this
that's
all
brutal.
Man, I hate it here.
this works out well for me. Morgan, I'm gonna attack you with my 3.
If you can't kill Steven on your turn, I will board wipe, just so you know.
I think I'm just gonna take the 6.
And then I'll draw 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cards. I have 13 cards in my hand, so we'll go ahead and discard Evolving Wilds. Sorry, bud.
Preston's in pain, seeing discard lands.
2 mountains. Probably don't need Cultivate at this point.
Now you're doing it perfect.
Also, let's go ahead and get rid of Farsi.
You don't have to leave this house alive.
I will just go ahead and do another land.
Guys, this is the last episode with Steven.
Steven, you're dead.
Why?
Steven, I'm gonna hit you in the air for 12.
Okay, I mean that happens.
Oh, wait, you should let me board wipe. Let me board wipe, don't kill Steven.
Why?
I want to board wipe.
I don't like the sound of that. It means you get something if you board wipe.
Yes,
I can kill Steven right now.
fine, do it.
Don't give it
else
to him.
have
You
it?
haven't won in a while.
It's true.
Yeah, don't give it to him.
For 6, I'm going to cast Infernal Sovereign. It's a 6/6 with Flying and Trample that says skip my draw step. Whenever I play a land or cast a spell, I may draw a card and lose a life. That's going to trigger Be'lakor, and I can deal 6 damage to any target. When I deal
One of the
damage, oh, and I took the Monarch because I deal damage to you. Bye.
I know Morgan doesn't have a lot of things, but board wiping that board still would not be bad.
I'm gonna play an island as my land for the turn. That will trigger the Infernal Sovereign, so I'll lose a life and draw a card. I think that's gonna be it. I think I'm gonna pass. Oh, and I'll draw a card on my end step. I'll have to discard 1 card. I will discard Obnixilis Unshackled.
Do you guys still have to keep track of day and night?
No.
We do, but I'm not
We
going
do,
to.
but I don't think any of us have
Do it anyway.
I'm not doing it.
I am
That's all
not
up to
doing
you,
it,
bud.
yeah. Play a mountain, 3 creatures, so 4, 6. Blasphemous Act.
Well, that sucks.
That leaves me with nothing, so your turn.
Okay. You guys are on turn 7. I am on turn 3.
Yep.
Oh, thank God we have a force. I will cast my boy Toxicrane. All lands become command towers, basically.
Oh, cool.
So they can add for 1 mana of any color and they lose all other abilities.
My fetch lands, no!
Pass. But that also means you don't have to pay for shocks.
Good point. So I'm gonna play a mountain as my land for the turn. For 3, we're gonna cast Herald of Slaanesh. It's a 2/2. Demon spells I cast cost 2 less to cast, and other demons I control have haste.
Oh no.
That has Death Touch and Reach.
Yep.
Ouch.
That's not bussin'. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and it costs 2 less to cast. I'm going to cast Lord of Change. It's a 6/6 with Flying and Ward 3. When it enters the battlefield, I draw 3 cards. For a black, I'm going to cast Dark Ritual. 2 of that mana, I'm going to go to Felwar Stone, and then with the 1 left floating, I'm going to go 1, 2 for Rhystic Study. Whenever an opponent plays a spell, I may draw a card unless that player pays 1. Go to combat. I guess Tommy's more likely to have flyers, so I'm going to hit him while I can and hit him in the air for 6.
Ouch.
And I will be passing the turn.
Doggy doggy.
Oh, and I draw a card on my end step because I'm the Monarch.
For 6, we're going to go ahead and cast the Necropolis Regent.
Are you gonna pay 1 for Heuristic Study?
Yes, you are.
Yeah, I will. So it's a 6/5 flyer. Whenever a creature I control deals combat damage to a player, put that many +1/+1 counters on it.
Yikes.
Pass.
Oof. Green 1/2 for Realm Walker. When it ends battlefield, I will choose the creature type Sliver. I can look at the top card of my library at any time. I can cast creature spells of the chosen type from the top of my library.
Are you gonna pay the 1 for Heuristic Study?
I mean, I could cast another spell, but it's not that useful right now, so I'm just going to pay the 1.
All right.
And then I'm going to keep my blocker, so pass.
Cool. I think I'm gonna make one of you have the answer or else. 1, 2, 3.
We're both tapped out.
I'd say we're both tapped out, so
4, 5.
I think it's going to be or else.
Liliana's contract enters the battlefield. I draw 4 cards and lose 4 life. And at the beginning of my upkeep, if I control 4 or more demons with different names, I win the game.
Oh.
He currently only
4.
controls 2.
I'm gonna play a Crumbling Necropolis as my land for the turn.
Well, Preston, I hate to break it to you, but I don't know what I can do about that right now.
I don't got nothing.
For 2, I'm going to cast Rakdos Signet.
Hey, those are nice. I have one of those.
He's got all the signets. He drawn the signets.
Signetron!
Signet!
It costs 2 less to cast because of the Herald. I'm going to recast Bellicor the Dark Master. I'm
Okay, so
going to
that's
draw
3.
3, lose 3.
He's a demon as well.
Yep.
I may have a short-term solution for this to give us at least 1 more turn.
Play removal?
No.
All right, I think I want to leave stuff back for blocks on my end step.
Who's gonna attack you?
He has
That.
a giant flyer. He has a Death Toucher with reach. On my end step, I draw a card, and then I'll have to discard down. Nah, I don't need lands.
One
right.
of these days, this deck's gonna do something.
Not
All right,
today.
and I will be passing.
All right.
I think it became day. You're supposed to be keeping track of
Yeah, you're
that.
supposed to be keeping track of that. What are you doing?
I'm not in the game, so I don't need to keep track of anything.
Then we're not keeping track of it.
Then y'all are disqualified. Nobody wins. Goodbye.
Well, at least Morgan doesn't win. We keep up the record.
4. Cast Bleed Dry. Target creature gets -13/-13 until end of turn.
Yikes.
Which are we more worried about?
On cast, do you want to pay the 1 for Heuristic Study?
I will pay for the 1.
All right.
I'd say the commander.
That's what I was
cast again if he really wants it.
Thinking, yeah, so your commander's gonna get -13/-13.
Okay.
If it dies, if that creature would die this turn, exile it instead, but it's
just going to the
command zone. So I'm gonna swing these Necropolis Regent at you, Morgan. 6 in the air with first strike. Your options are go to 10 or
Make him kill himself.
lose your 1 flyer.
My life total is low enough that I think, unfortunately, I have to block.
Okay, and that'll be it.
Okay.
So like I said, I had a short-term solution to the Liliana's contract, but not a long-term.
Commander Sphere. I will not pay the 1.
Bet.
I will send my 2/3 at you.
I'll take the 2.
Pass.
All right. I'll play a Command Tower as my land for the turn.
Ooh, that's a cool art for that.
For 3, I'm going to cast the Herald's Horn. I'm going to choose Demons. Demons cost 1 less to cast. At the beginning of my upkeep, I look at the top card of my library. If it's a creature card of the chosen type, I can reveal it and put it into my hand. So my Demons now cost 3 less to cast.
I don't like it.
For 2, I'm going to Arcane Signet, because why not? For 3, because they cost 3 less to cast. Sour of Discord, 6/6 flyer, enters the battlefield. Choose 2 players, the 2 left.
Uh-oh.
Whenever damage is dealt to one of the chosen players, the other player also loses that much life. For 3, I'm going to cast Bloodthirster. It's a 6/6 with flying and trample. When it deals combat damage to a player, untap it. After this combat, there is an additional combat phase.
Gross.
And it can't attack a player it has already attacked this turn. Oh, you got a response?
Not right now. I'll wait till you go to combat.
Why you gotta be sus? For 2, I'm going to Dreadbore the Toxicrene. I'm gonna go to combat.
I'm going to not overload Cyclonic Rift, bouncing the one that hits us both.
Okay, fair enough.
That sucks to not be able to overload.
Bloodthirster does have haste because of the Herald. I'm going to hit Preston for 8. And then the Bloodthirster will untap. There's an additional combat phase, and it will have to go at Tommy for a 6. You don't have a blocker.
Oh, I don't.
Okay, second main. So for 2, I will cast Great Unclean One. It's a 4/5. At the beginning of my end step, each opponent loses 2 life. Then for each opponent who has less life than me, I create a 1/3 demon creature token named Plarg Blair of Nurgle.
What? Say that
Do you have
again.
a stroke?
This is Plague. Why do you say it like
I don't think he
Lord?
gets the token after butchering it that badly.
At the beginning of my end step, each of you lose 2 life. Yeah, only one player has less life than me, so I will create one of those tokens. I draw a card on my end step because I am the guy. So it is now Tommy's turn, and I feel like morally I am needing to point out that
4 demons.
on my upkeep, if you don't get rid of some of my demons or the Liliana's contract, I will win the game on my upkeep. That's
Or the player.
Or the player.
well, got me there.
Can he deal 14 damage to his face?
I can deal 6.
Guys, you can't let Morgan win.
I'm not trying. We're not
I haven't
trying
had a win in forever.
I don't care. You deserve to suffer.
Just because you haven't had a win doesn't mean we're going to let you win. For 7, first we're going to cast the Falconwrath Noble, 2/2 with flying. Whenever it or another creature dies, target player loses 1 life, I gain 1 life.
Preston.
And for the other 3, Gluttonous Guest, 1/4 when it enters the battlefield, I create a blood token.
And I assume you're not paying the 1 for Ristic Study either of those times?
It doesn't matter.
No, it doesn't matter at this point, so no.
Uno, dos.
Swing Necropolis Regent at Morgan. It's currently 6 with flying and first strike.
I unfortunately can't block it.
Cool, so he's going to get +6/+6. Oh, he's going to get 7
Oh, yeah.
because of the Senzia Masquerade. Unfortunately, these counter dice are only D6s, so I gotta get another one.
D20 right there.
I don't wanna. I've got these fancy ones. It's right here.
You're giving us more math to do.
Yeah, math is for blockers. Also, you're out of the game, so you don't have to do any math. Preston, is he gonna win?
I don't know.
Because we gotta get rid of
Any of
or
my
the
creatures
enchantment.
or the enchantment. It sounds like a lot of things could answer this.
I'll make a black for now, I guess. Sack it, draw a card. Green with that black floating, I'll explore. Draw a card. I will pay 2 life for steam vents.
There's so many ways to get out of this situation. Oh, did you want to pay the 1 for Ristic Study?
You can draw.
Cool.
So yeah, I think there's a very good chance he wins on his upkeep regardless. So.
Tommy, I'm going to swing the Realm Walker at you. Let it hit you.
Okay.
I will use Descendant's Fury trigger. I'll sacrifice this. Okay, so then every creature type is the first creature I hit. That doesn't do anything. Training Grounds and Dryad of the Illusion Grove. Morgan wins the game.
Yay! On my upkeep, the Liliana's contract will trigger. At the beginning of my upkeep, I control 4 demons with different names. I win the game. Good game! Well, I don't know why everyone's so salty. I'm having a great time.
Yeah, I wonder.
So tune in next week to hear more about these decks, more about this game, and we'll try to figure out why everyone's such a saltine cracker right now.
I don't even care that I lost. I just want this deck to do something.
That's fair.
That's fair.
Have a happy and safe and fun Halloween. Make sure you subscribe for more Commander gameplay, and check out this playlist linked here at the end to check out any episodes you might have missed, and we will see you guys later.
Bye.
Goodbye.